episode of Going Deep with Amandeep Home Alone edition. And today is the 4th of January. It is my second day as an employed member of society. And I have to say, uh, it's alright, man. It's alright, I guess, welcome everybody to the chat. By the way, all two of you guys, my day ones, man. You guys appreciate it. Uh, so let's begin regular programming. Journaling. I woke up today. I woke up late. I am not as used to waking up as early as I usually wake up. So today was another day. But today I was less sleepy at work. I was actually kind of busy. I was put on the counter and helping all the guests. So I was busy, I was learning the system, and it's slowly progressing into something that I can do daily. It's not that bad. And as I said, I don't like when people recognize me at work as a comedian, and no one did today. And you know what? That feels even worse. Hey, flame extra hot, Mr. Aman. What's up, man? How are you? M cubed, how are you? Namnagani Jagday. Hey, gang, brothers. Good to see you all here. I'm just doing chill, man. My cough has really subsided. I have maybe 10% cough right now. Fan is off, fan is on. Gang, my man. You know how it is. Otherwise, if the fan is on, just know Nikumoto. You get it? Double meaning. Purple Kush. First time seeing that name in the chat. Good to see you here, bro. Just sell the uniforms to the parents. Bruh is spitting. I don't know what he's spitting about, but brother is spitting for real, for real. Purple Kush. Is that in reference to marijuana? Of course. What else? Unless you're like an Indian boy whose first name is Kush, because that's a very common Indian name. And purple is your favorite color. You know, my name would also be purple Aman. Actually, green Aman would be more appropriate. Huh. Both colors can be used to describe a bangi wangi. That's interesting. Purple and green. Sticky. The sticky icky. Yellow. I don't know. Orange here is a good one. They say this weed has orange hairs. You're like, God, this is some foreign, bruh. Some foreign ish. Continue with the journal. You don't like to be recognized at work unless it's comedy. Oh, thank you. You brought me back to the. The 10% is still there. To the topic. Yes. So, somebody did recognize me today, and I did do a couple of jokes. Once somebody recognizes me, it makes no sense for me to still be in my shy mode, in my inclusive mode. So I just open up a bit, just naturally, and I joke around. It was a black guy. He wanted some stuff, and it was taking some time. And he came back to the counter. He's like, "Yo, it's taking some time." Blah blah. He asked for another product. They gave him the product. The price was a bit high, and he did this. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, man, that's for a black guy. That Indian head nod was on point. It was so good. You made it racist. Now that obviously, risky thing to say as in a corporate world, because we're not all living in a series, in a comedy series where such lines would be funny. But unfortunately or fortunately, I mouth diarrheaed that, and it worked. So, he laughed. People around me laughed, and I'm like, okay, this is not that bad. So, I had my moment, but I still, yeah. But I think tomorrow is going to be even better. Every day as it passes by, things get easier. So I'm not really bothered. Still sad that I can't go to the gym yet. I haven't figured that out. Because I come home, I'm very tired, and I wanna, make a thumbnail. I wanna catch up on all the videos. I should have doom scrolled if I was unemployed. Today was a very heavy cricket day. You know, India beat South Africa. Now the series are tied. It's very interesting. The second game was super fun. So yeah, not figured out gym, and good thing is, hey, by the way, this is between us. I get to, there's a special place for the upper management to eat, and I just got promoted to get to eat in the upper management dining area. Ayo. Even though I need to ask somebody else to fingerprint the door and let me in. But hey, ayo, ayo. Guess who's going to be eating in the big chairs with the table? Ayo. It's your boy second day promotion, baby. M Cubed, what is your creative process like? Because most of your jokes are out of the box for Kawaida Kenyan audience. Well, my creative process. Every day, I mean, as I told you, I feel I hate myself. I am useless. I am not using my brain to its full efficiency if I'm not writing jokes or anything. And so every day I have to write 11 jokes. Now, that is one part of the creative process. I think mine is a more of a creative organization. Does that make sense? Like, many things have to go. It's not just one thing you have to do. There are many things I have to do. Like, if I stay at home for a very long time, I get mental block, because I'm not experiencing new things. I'm not going out, even though I'm watching YouTube or I'm watching Netflix. My brain is not getting stimulated. So then I'm mental. Once you get mental block, even if you're supposed to write 12 jokes every day, you're writing garbage 12 jokes, so that's not good. So one of the things for the whole creative organization is I do need to go out. I do need to do things that are different from every day. Just things that refresh my stimulations in the brain. I think David Masharia is one of the persons I discussed this with, and I think he also agrees with that. uh, so writing the 11 jokes, going outside, and driving long distance really gets me thinking, because I'm not on my phone then. I'm just thinking, and a lot of jokes come to me when I'm driving. And sometimes people say this is another creative thing, is like, if you have, like, sometimes I want to write a joke about maybe alchemist, for example, and I have written some jokes, but I'm not finding an angle. So I'll just write it, and I'll just let it marinate in my head. And I'm showering, I'm pooping, I'm going about my day, guten Tagen. And in some way or another, I go back to that thought, and something new has connected, with that joke. So sometimes sleeping on it is actually a good idea. Actually, usually it's a good idea, because you get a new perspective. You're not with the same emotions. You get a bit more objective opinion on it just from yourself. So yeah, so there is that. People say you're supposed to read. It opens up your perspective to how other people think, and I agree 100%. But there are also YouTube videos that I can watch and get all that information in a condensed, more stimulating manner that may ruin my brain in the long run, but it's faster. So I watch, I listen to a lot of podcasts, just filling my brain with garbage, because early on I just realized most comedy or just funny things are just bringing two weird ideas together. Not most, but I say it's a big aspect of stand-up comedy or just joke making, is two ideas that seem not they have nothing in common, but then bring them in common, that usually is funny. People do it like in a simile, where they say, this bottle is like my mom. My father brought it home for 50 shillings. You see, buying a bottle, and your mom being a male home bride. Can you imagine? So those are two seemingly different things, but they have quite a lot in common. They're also metaphors. Amun's mom is a whale. Do I need to say that? It seems uncommon. The one who gave birth to Aman and a whale, what do they have in common? There. So yes, the more information you have in your brain, and the further the connections you can bring two things together, the funnier it becomes. So maybe filling my brain up with garbage is also part of my creative process. And yeah, a lot of free time is also important. Sleep. Oh, there's sometimes this is also another aspect. When early morning, when you get the first wake, but then you're like, I don't want to wake up right now, I want to give myself 15 more minutes, which turns out to be like half an hour. So as I'm having that, I'm in between the dreamland and actual suffering life. In the middle of that, there's a lot of brain activity that is very weird. It's very juicy, it's very fluid. So a lot of new thoughts are also conjured over there. The problem with this type of thing is, sometimes when I wake up I forget everything I just thought, but I was so excited to just, okay, the moment I wake up, this freaking idea is gonna change the world, bro. They're gonna give you the money, bro. They're gonna give you all the, then I just focus on the money and then I forget the joke. But there are some times where I have just picked up a joke as I'm thinking of it in that lucid dreamy stage, and it works out. And I also talk to my friends. Whenever you have a creative a project, talk to your friends who are in the same field, or in a related field. I think Joe Rogan quoted a samurai. He's like, once you see something so specialized, if you're so specialized in one thing and you really truly understand it, you see it everywhere. Like now, I guess, like for example, poets, them, they write poems, but a samurai will also look at poetry and learn that, oh, the way a poet has like a beat to it, maybe if I slash to those beats, there's some sort of a symphony, and I cut better. What I'm trying to say, the more things you learn, the better it is for your noggin. uh what else do I do for creative? A lot of drugs. Not a lot, actually. That's a very big lie. uh Let me say low moderate marijuana use. That's not me. I don't know who said that. That's not me. Yeah. I mean, did you see my mouth say those things? Those are not my lips. Somebody else's lips. And yeah, and by the way, thank you for even saying that. If my jokes seem look like I'm doing them on the spot, because there is a lot of on the spot writing. A lot of comedians, and I think some of them are lazy, just like me. Writing before you go on stage is a lot common, because your brain is in this anxiety, this adrenaline rush. You're feeling those things. And adrenaline is good for creative brain, in my opinion, because right before then my brain is writing so many punchlines. Oh, I can remove that, I can add this. There's so much activity, and it works out. And then for stand-up comedy, specifically on stage writing, that's when I come up with an idea or a punchline, or as I'm talking about it on stage. And that is why I believe this journaling, this podcasting is really helpful, because I do have to talk for an hour, whether I like it or not. And sometimes I do talk bullshit. Yeah, that's fine. But the more I do it, I'm pretty sure the better I'll get at just saying very interesting things every 15 minutes, which, by the way, is not a bad ratio. I've watched a lot of podcasts. Not everybody is interesting, and that's the that's the motivation I got. I'm like, if boring people are, doing this shit, why can't I actually do it for an actual purpose? Workout material, practice talking for a long time, which I believe is good for stand-up comedy as a professional that I'm pursuing. And build an audience. Learn from you guys, because there's a lot of funny things that can happen when people come together. Kenyan industry right now, as I say, is not that big, and the more collaboration we can get, the better for everybody. And I'm using the one I can get for free from y'all guys. So thank you so much. And yeah, like, I would say, though, most of my, not most, okay, let me say it this way. most 98% of the punchlines or jokes that I get on stage, like I thought of them on stage, are like some of my best. It's just because I feel I'm much better. That's why open mics are so important, because you can think a joke 100 times in your head. You can think of how you're gonna do it. You can think of all the possibilities, blah 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 blah. But until you get on stage and do it and get a feel of it in the audience, it's difficult to know. And sometimes the joke you thought was is so much better that you now just ride the energy the audience gives you, and you just start creating mini punchlines that follow it. Oh, like Aman is dead. Yeah, just like his father, who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Those are tags when one line after the other that still keeps killing and killing and killing. Killing meaning doing very well. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how that can apply to your creative process. Uh, but practice is also, I think that's my 12 jokes every day. Practice, discipline is the hardest one. Mike Tyson says it best. Discipline is doing something you hate with the same passion as if you loved it. I don't know. This is something cool like that. But that's also sounded cool. The one I just said, But you know what I'm trying to say. What is? Oh, Job, you're in the building. Welcome, brother. Second day and you're already promoted. Nice. I know, man. Me, I think sometimes I'm just lucky. Even though I don't see my luck the way I want to see it, sometimes you forget of how things are going well for you, because you're so focused on other things which are important. Your main goal, yes, the big main goal is still there, but sometimes you're too focused on it that you forget to just zoom out a bit and just enjoy what you have right now, and then you can go back into that mode, but at least now you have a bit of an appreciation, a bit of gratitude of where you are. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast, I know, but this is some gay ass thoughts that are coming up right now. But it's fine. That's okay. Nothing wrong with it. Except in Uganda. Uganda, we do that shit. I mean, they really hate it. They really hate homosexuals there. They'd rather lose trade. They'd rather not make money than just say, okay, just why are you gay? Them, they're really bothered by that. In Kenya, we're right. We're right. I think general public is right. Or just the people I'm around. Every time I say general public, I always have to remind myself that I do live in a bubble. And my bubble is mostly Twitter. And, Kenyan Twitter, is really not a good representation of the whole country. Because if you're on Twitter, you think Kenya is very progressive. We talk shit to our president. We say anything we want. We are so critical of the government, blah, 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 blah. And then in reality, the same government comes into power, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I learned that Twitter is really not the actual, heartbeat of the nation. It's heartbeat of the middle class or lower to upper middle class in Nairobi mostly. Is that, I don't care. Those are the people I follow anyway, and those are the only people that matter. You know what I mean? So yeah. Imagine after 22 days. Oh my god, yeah. If I got promoted to getting permission to eat at the director's dining table, what will I do after 22 days? I'll probably be a director myself. I'll probably siphon so much money out of the accounts they'll call it embezzlement. That was supposed to be a cool buy. Just admitted to crime that I did not commit. Congrats on the promotion. Thank you so much, Easily Isli. Good to see you on the stream again. What's up, Jimmy M Experience? How are you? What do you call a lost Indian woman? Jacob Yakubu. What do you call a lost Indian woman? Okay, it has to be Shah. It has to be something with Shah. Potesha, Potelea, Potesha, Patelea, because it's a play on words of Potea, which means to lost, and then Patel is an Indian name. So Potelea, am I somewhere? I mean, somewhere Jacob, but it has to be a woman. Why does it have to be a woman? So it has to be like a lady name. So a woman lost. So, 'cause usually they play on my name sometimes. I don't know, man. I'm bored. This is. Tell me, Jacob, I am dying to know what you call a lost Indian woman. Oh, you don't call her because she's lost. I'm trying to reason, but I don't see the punchline yet. And I swear to God, if it's something stupid, wallahi, bro, you got me. That's all I can say. You got me, man. So anyway, moving on with my journal. Lunch was not bad today. Lunch I had dengu and rice, aka dal and chol. And I'm not gonna lie, eating food in your car is a very big privilege. I love it. I have people. I used to think you're a loser if you eat your food in your car at work, and I realized it's the best. It is you can half your shit is it's like your room. You're on your phone. You don't have to worry about the volume. Watch those. Your friend sends you memes. You watch without fear. Like, oh, I hope this is porno. You're hoping it's one of those videos where the lady goes, eh, 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 you know. You're in the boardroom with the directors, and your friend sends you a video, and then the first sound is that, see, you're getting demoted, bana. So eating in your car may have no problem. Same with eating alone at a restaurant. Oh my god, I was such a judgmental little bastard. Still am, but I still judge quite a lot of things. But that one, I understand. And you're not a loser. You're actually the biggest winner in the room. You're the guy who realized, hey man, I love this food, and I don't need to pretend to be in love with somebody to come enjoy this food at this location. I don't need a family member. I am a strong independent person, and I'll eat whatever the fuck I want to eat and wherever the fuck I want to eat. And do that, man. It's so fun. You're not distracted. You're actually enjoying the eating experience. No, usually the eating experience involves a lot of conversation sometimes, which is not a problem. But sometimes you just want to think and eat and think and eat. And I used to do that quite a lot when I was employed at another place, when I had quite a lot of money. No, I didn't have money. A bit more than I had right now, which is, even if I have 500 shillings now, is quite a lot of money to me. And I used to go to CJ's and just eat the not CJ's, bro. What am I saying? This Mac fries. This Stanford chips places, man. This is all my joints. I just go sit there, eat the chibalas, and just enjoy the conversations on other people. Where I don't have to participate. It's so fun. I recommend that. So after lunch, so here the place, after lunch things just slow down. So that's what I've figured out. I only have to survive until lunch. That's the biggest hump of spending time there is just getting till lunch, because after lunch you have an hour lunch. That's already 2 o'clock. That's just 2.5 hours. That's just one Bollywood movie and your time to go home. So it's not bad. It's just till lunch. That's the hardest part. And before that, even that I've divided. Okay, the first hour, nothing really does happen. So it's really just the next 4 hours. And then maybe a 30-minute, is just walking around, doing nothing, just saying hello to everybody, blah, 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 moving around, pretending you're looking for something. That's 30 minutes. Another 30 minutes, you have to move from your desk because, it has to be clean. The lady who comes to clean it is swiping the floors, blah, 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 blah. So that's at least another hour gone. So initially, all I have to do is just work 3 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So that's how I've divided the the time in my head, just so I don't feel, because the first time I joined my previous, so the previous day, it was the longest day of my life. I couldn't believe I have been sitting here for 9 hours and still 10 a.m. But here, the way I've learned, I've subdivided it into my head, and it goes on smoothly. And also, time moves faster once you're busy, so that helps. And then I came home, and I'm very tired, hella tired. Forced my mom to make aloo wale parathe because I was feeling fat. Delicious, man. Aloo parathe is just chapati stuffed with potato masala. It is boiled potatoes with. It's delicious, man. Don't even get me started. It's like one of my favorite things, and I ate four of those. And let me tell you, eating one is heavy. Four of those is gluttony. Is embarrassing. I should not be telling you about anything about health. But hey, man, that's what I was feeling, and I ate like a true Punjabi man. I went up, let's eat for pakad parathe, bro. And now I feel bloated, which is fine, man. It has been a while. I hadn't felt bloated in a while, man. I feel bloated when I've eaten, and I only eat when I'm either really happy or really sad. So this is the other, yeah. So usually I've been happy. That's when I've been eating. Recently I was sad, but today I just ate because I was hungry. So not a bad day. And then we're here on the stream. So creatively, yesterday I was asked whether my joke writing would be affected by the work, and I have actually been writing newer material every day, newer exciting material, things that I think and I'm like, yo, I want to try do that on stage, which we're going to go through. I just have one or two concepts we're going to go through. Yeah, I think I have talked about my day anyway. Maybe some comments. Oh, finally, I think Jacob answered. Miss Singh. Wow, beauty. My God, it was. Thank you so much, Jacob. Thank you. You have shown me the true meaning of comedy. I love you for that, brother. Yo, Buju, what's up? What's up, Buju? Have I said hello to Jimmy? Well, accept my hello again. Buju, hello, Buju. Good to see you. Saw the beast thumbnail and thought you were gonna give up the starting salary. Oh, God. Who would you know what? The starting salary would be given to the funniest person born in East Africa. Shit, that's just me. But that was a good idea. You know what? Maybe I should just think of some giveaways, just weird giveaways. But why? Why am I doing giveaways? This has nothing to do with my interests. Maybe as a funny comedy video. Because I have been thinking of just doing videos. I love doing videos, comedy videos. And as I said, I feel lazy if I don't do anything, and I'm trying to do them. I've written scripts. Maybe push Brian Benchod Mutai to fucking let's get this shit started. That motherfucker. That's why I love him and hate him at the same time. This is why friends are important. You can tukana them and still get use of them. That's the good thing about friends. Benchod, they get used to you. And they think you're not important because you're friends, and you can just nah Benchod. Let's get this shit started. Brayo. But if you're watching this, if you're among the fucking 11 bench, fine, let's get started, bro. Anyway, after lunchtime, Husonga, yes, man, like to go home after lunch, because even the customers, they forget the order number, they forget documents. Even them, they're lazy. Even them, they're like, fuck, I forgot that. I'll just come tomorrow in the morning. So you're right. After lunch, things move quite fast. Anyway, do you think introverts can survive the stand-up scene, the stand-up space? Yeah, man. I believe I am an introvert. The thing is, once you become a stand-up comedian, you are introverted to strangers, definitely. But even introverts are, in my opinion, I've never seen somebody who's an introvert among his friends. Like everybody, when you're among people you're comfortable with, everybody's very open. So I think with comedians, even if you're an introvert, once you become a true comedian, and I'll tell you why I mean true comedian, you don't introvert, extrovert, you don't bother with it much, because you can kind of navigate it very nicely. It works out very nice. Being extrovert is an advantage everywhere. That one I'll tell you, especially in networking and stuff. You need to have that extrovert switch. It's yes, there is merit, but networking, you do require a lot of extrovert characteristics. And the reason, okay, now here's why I say true comedian, because comedians, man, one thing I've noticed, if they're two true comedians, people who are doing it like out of passion, some people do it just to be famous, which is fine, nothing wrong with it. There's so many things it can give you, and if you think you can get fame from it, good for you, man, good for you. But I'm saying the people who do it like out of the love for doing it, whenever you meet such kind of people, you just connect immediately. Like if people come to Kenya, or foreign comedians come to Kenya, nothing, they're not they're introverts in real life, but once you're among colleagues, especially because as we're non-judgmental among each other, comedians, I believe anything goes. Talking wise, as we just say whatever the worst shit is, just trying to be the funny guy, just trying to be the guy who pushes it to the next level. And it gets annoying, but it's only us. It is internal, comedians ego. We just, we're like, oh, we can say whatever we want to each other, and then we just say those things. And that's where comedians connect much better. So it doesn't matter whether you're introvert, extrovert. Once you're that comfortable in this, just doing stand up, I don't think it'll matter. Although as I say, being extroverted has quite a lot of benefits. Just meeting the right people, just saying hello to the right person can open doors that you didn't think would open. You might have done the funniest show, but the reality is sometimes the guy who says hello to the person, just hello, like genuine hello, and I thank you for coming, blah blah blah, moves a bit further than somebody who just murdered and went home. And this is me, that's me. I'm the guy who just does great, amazing, standing ovation shows and just goes home. That's me. And look where it has gotten us. So it works. Being introverted is not such big of a hurdle to cross, and you'll enjoy it once. That's why I say, if you're true to it, you'll enjoy it. You wouldn't want to just sit in the corner. You want to be part of conversation. You want to rile up. You want to be funny. You want to be among those guys. It's fun. Yeah, moving on. Good question, man. Or rather, do you think personality can affect joke delivery? Okay, if it's so, being introvert, extrovert has nothing to do with joke delivery. Joke delivery is a skill. That one, whether you're introvert or extrovert, you still have to learn. You still have to learn when to pause. You still have to learn when is the right time to go slow. Like speech, there's a lot of tonation you have to learn, similes, blah blah blah, metaphors and all that garbage, fallacies. So it does help. So I don't think being extrovert, introvert has quite a lot to do with joke delivery. Personality, yeah, I mean, but joke delivery is not necessarily, how do I say it? I don't know what you mean by joke delivery, like how you just say it. Of course your personality does affect everything, even your style of comedy, right? Not every comedian is one that says long stories. Especially Indian comedians, when they came here from India, I noticed these guys are good at doing long entertaining stories. There's still punches after every sentence. These guys are good. Then there's some comedians that are just one liners. Those guys just come, they do one joke, bada bing bada boom, on to the next one, bada bing bada boom, on to the next one. And there's some who do medium thoughts, those are chodus like me. We do a little bit of everything. We're not specialized in anything, long stories, short stories. Which is a bit of everything in the middle. Concept comedian is what I like to call myself. We just talk about concepts and ideas, and new word I just came up right now. So yeah, practice will also affect joke delivery. So, if you do a joke too many times and then you just switch up something here and there, you'll realize even as it came out from your mouth, you're like, it didn't sound it the same. Why did I say it? Why did I change that one word just before the punchline? It changes the way you feel about it, and that changes the delivery. So yeah, quite a lot affects delivery. I guess I just talked about performance, but delivery is also part of performance. I hope that answers your question. Church, Kidas Hantapaji, what's up, man? Microphone hooked up to the Kangi, too epic. You're welcome. Thank you so much, man. Comedian, I didn't want to put it here. I move quite a lot, and I was worried the buzzing sound would not stop, and I like holding a mic. So welcome to the stream, Church. Santa sitting in North Pole with a fan next to him. Global warming for sure. Church. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna correct you and let you know that I'm actually in East Africa, and the fan there is because I'm a fat fuck who eats too much and his body starts overheating because it needs to digest. That's not the reason the fan is there. It's because there are too many mosquitoes and I don't afford a net. That water tasted delicious. Okay, last one. Would you say comedy has improved your social life? Most definitely. By far, man. I have made friends. I have improved on how I talk to women, or just the confidence. I can go to ladies and just say hello. My name is Amandeep, and it's like before I was a bit worried. Now, not really much. It has really removed the social anxiety of failing, also. Because bombing is when no one is laughing at your jokes. It's really traumatizing, but it builds you. The one that always pops in my mind, the worst one. It's not even the first. The first time was okay. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but the first time I performed for the public speaking club for my school, for my university, and I bombed so hard in front of the Japanese lecturer. He started sweating and getting embarrassed on my behalf. Like his cheeks started getting red, and he was having those sweat beads. Those anime sweat beads. So that was very embarrassing. But that wasn't the most embarrassing. The most embarrassing was in Churchill show. I remember I was wearing yellow. The reason I remember it was yellow because after the my set, I told myself, "Yo, I'm never wearing yellow on stage. It's just unlucky for me." And I broke that rule once, and I bombed again, and after that, never wearing yellow. Anyway, so the first time I was on Churchill, I was called up. I was naive. I'd written these jokes about my dad, and they were bombing, man. No, everyone's just looking at me like this. Actually, no. Everyone's looking at me like this. So anyway, what are you doing anyway? So did you come here by Matatu? Because I didn't come here by Matatu. Me actually use the bike. I know it's 2014. Bikes are still popular. I know it's weird, right? It's crazy. We should be like a first world country. Is that guy still talking? Why is he still talking? That's how the audience looked at me the whole time. Silence. I don't know if you know this Carnival. Carnival is where the Churchill show was. And we had this running joke as comedians where that sometimes you bomb so hard that the silence is so loud you can hear the shutters of Uchumi closing. And Uchumi is kinda far from Carnival. So you know how loud you have to be bombing, you can hear those shutters. Like, so anyway, that's why my father doesn't come home anyway. That was our sign that this guy is bombing. I'm a Pandam Lima. Pandam Lima is another euphemism for not having a good show because you're struggling. You're climbing. So the English version was you're climbing. Una panda, you're climbing. Interesting. The bombing is the recent one we use, but climbing, kupanda were the old ones. So I was talking about my dad, and I bombed so hard, and I think I did 14 minutes. I was supposed to do 5 10, maybe not even 10, just 5 7, but I just lost there. They didn't have the light to tell you that you're above your time, your allocated time. So I just kept going of doing all the jokes I had prepared for this night, and my punchline bombed so hard, and in the middle of it, the audience, as I'm doing my jokes, the audience starts clapping. And in my head, I'm so naive. I'm like, oh, they're clapping at my joke. And the punchline was something insulting to my father. And as they're clapping, I'm like, why are you guys clapping? My father could right be in the audience, as that would improve the joke. oh, you guys stop clapping, my father's in the and he wasn't. I thought that was funny, and they didn't stop clapping, and then they stopped clapping, and then I continued, and then it, like maybe like 15 seconds after they stop clapping and I continue, the realization hits me, oh, they're clapping because they want me off stage. And at the moment that clicked, if there's a video of it, which I hope there is, no, if there is a video, I think you can see the moment my face changes from this hopeful guy who thinks he's going to be the greatest comedian ever to realizing he ain't shit. He's the worst comedian to ever touch this mic ever. And that face, it just changes. I just become so flabbergasted, like so shocked, so embarrassed. Literally, like a bead of cold sweat starts at the base of my turban, just here, and then it drips slowly behind my yellow shirt. And I was so fat, there was such a big gap that the drop was falling nicely through my spine, felt like ice cube, and I was goosebumps, just embarrassed goosebumps, and then it went into the crack of my ass, where since my ass was cold anyway because I was so nervous, it just blended into the temperature of my ass, and I just had to accept that, hey, I've lost this one. So the moment it assimilated in my asshole, I said, okay, thank you everybody, my name is Aman. Nobody clapped then. I just walked off. I was so embarrassed. And if Emmanuel tells you this story, he'll also tell you this part. Uh, so after the show, we were paid 1,000 shillings, which is like $5-7 now, which is quite a lot of money back then for us Kenyans. Enough to at least fuel your car or something. Uh, so after the show, you were paid 1,000 shillings, but that was paid after the whole show has ended. So I was like the fourth comedian up, and there were like 7 more comedians to go up, which means at least another 4 hours. So immediately I get off stage, I just look at Emmanuel. I'm like, yo, where is the money guy? Where is the 1,000 guy? I want to go home right now. And I had to stay there, man, and just live in that embarrassment of bombing so hard. And then sometimes you had to go through the audience because I think the washrooms were there or something, and you meet some audience member in the washroom, and you recognize that they saw you bomb and you're peeing. Man, it was horrible. That was the worst. And I think it's good it happened to me. I'm not gonna lie, because after that, nothing much really bothers me, especially on stage. Man, I'm used to it. Especially if shows not going my way, that's not a problem. I think then I just start speaking the truth. I become less worried because I'm like, I've been through the worst. This can be worse than that. Like even if now they clap me off, I'm like, oh, what you think I'm gonna go off? No, man. Like I may attack back. I don't just let it pass by. So yeah, bombing is important, and it's also bombing in life. Taking L's in life sometimes is very important because it shows you have the strength to get up from that big loss. And then which builds you up better for even a bigger win than the loss that you lost. You guys, this knowledge should not be free, partner. This should be behind a paywall, my man. Jack Odera, welcome to the stream, my man. When did you know that this is what you wanted to do? By this you mean stand-up comedy? Immediately, the first time I ever did the joke in the cafeteria of USIU for the public speaking club and bombed in front of the Japanese lecturer, Mr. Nakamura. I don't even think he remembers this. I've talked about him more than any of his students or his children. Okay, and the thing is, I felt embarrassed, yes, but only, especially the first one, only like for the first maybe 2 minutes. After, on the 3rd minute, my brain was like, we gotta do this again. And that's where the biggest problem, I got hooked. And it's such a nice drug, especially once you get hooked on just being a good comedian or the idea of being a good comedian. It's you have, like people say, you have to sacrifice. Yeah, you have to, man. You have to realize that to be the kind of person you think you want to be, you gotta lose the things that those people don't have. Am I making sense? I don't know, but that's the whole point. So yeah, I think the first time I ever touched the mic, 3 minutes after I dropped it due to embarrassment of doing so poorly, I knew I wanted to do this for a very long time. Second part of the question, you said, how does your family took when you broke the news? Well, they was so they were of the opinion, okay, good, you're doing it. Don't worry, we won't tell you to stop. You keep doing it, but you need to have something else to do together with it. Now that's where the big problem was, because comedy alone was not paying any bills, bro. I ain't no freaking Kevin Hart. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm Amandeep. It's gonna be a different journey. It's gonna be a different path. But it wasn't paying for jack shit. So that's where most of the stress from home was. And when I did have a job, they loved comedy. They're like, freaking hey, if it's paying you good, you're having fun, you smile all the time. I don't know why your eyes are red. For some reason, eyes are red and puffy. But whatever, man. As long as you're happy, who cares? But yeah, they are still them. They don't have any problem with comedy. They just want me to have the best chance of survival in life. And sometimes they might not see it and I see it, because they're getting old, cataracts and stuff, so they don't have the vision. I have the vision because I'm young and deluded. That's the only time to go for dreams, is when you're young and deluded. Otherwise, if you're too pragmatic, you never even take the risk. So yeah, my family now, they're okay. They don't really mind. They think it's actually good. I'm not doing stealing. I'm not scamming people, which in my head sometimes, like, if you're really good at stand up comedy, doing it and then earning money from it, you do feel like you're scamming somebody. I do feel that, because I've done like the same 20 minutes one place, and I've done the same 20 minutes another place, and I've made like some money, and I feel like a fraud. I'm like, I did it. But that's the whole point. It's like a musician doing his songs. I don't know, comedians, or most of us are not self lovers, but we are self Guten Morgens, Guten Tagas. Most comedians, we are not self lovers, but we are Guten Tagas. That even rhymes, my man. That's delicious. What's up, JMO? How are you? I'm frustrated I can't come up with a good pun using only jug they. If you're Punjabi, let me give you one. Jug means a jug, they means give. So play with that. Jug they literally means give jug. Give me the jug, bro. That was my ancestral function in societies. He's the guy who everybody used to give the jugs to go repair, because most jugs were metal. So they had to go repair. They were called the jug days. You go, jug day, bro. Jug day. I don't know. Even I can't make one. Charles Oruk, look at the size of those jug days. There, you said it. You're right. JOB, I looked up jug day. Google asked if I meant judge. Yeah, man. Fucking, I need to be so famous that they need to remove that squiggly line under Amandeep, Singh, and Jagde. Singh, I think it's been removed. I need to remove the one under Amandeep and Jug. That's my job. I think that's the only reason I'm here. Not so I can just allow that in my Microsoft Word. No, 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 no. Me have to be so fucking popular that even a panch or anybody who gets Microsoft, no squiggly line under Amandeep. That's a goal now. Another goal, that'll be pretty cool though, I'm not gonna lie, is being at the back of a matatu. Like if your portrait is at the back of a matatu, that's how you know you've made it culturally in Kenya. Because matatus will get anybody. They get basketball players. No one fucking watches basketball here. They'll get tennis players. Like only 4 people watch tennis in Kenya, bro. But if you have made it globally, and Kenyans, especially matatu artists, really appreciate you, that's how you know you have made it. M Cube, the Churchill audience is the rural one. I understand. No way. I always laughed even for the Pandam Lima jokes. Hey man, thank you so much. It's easy. I think sometimes comedians find it easy to just blame the audience and not look at themselves. And I used to do that. I used to feel like, hey man, maybe because no one likes to accept that they suck. But I was one of them. I used to say, hey man, the reason they're not laughing is because they don't understand my references. Me, I'm too smart for them, bana. And then once I just saw my jokes, because people don't like looking at their performance again because you're weird. But I just decided to let me just do a air check. Let me just do a revision of what I just said. And then I saw it objectively and I hated it. I'm like, I think the audience was even kinder to me. They laughed at places I was hoping no laughs. I thought no laughs were there. So I wouldn't call them rural audiences. I think it's just me who didn't figure out how to connect. I was also very young. So yeah. And people laugh at what they laugh. So you can't hate on that. But I understand the sentiment, what you mean. Dimitриum, what's up, man? How are you? Stefan Zachary, TMI, what's up, Stefan? How are you, my man? TMI, hey, that was my favorite job. Not gonna lie. Top 10, top one job that I ever did. The second one was okay, just in terms of fun. I'd say TMI radio, and then who cares? After that, who cares about number three? That's the second loser. Bombing story, inspirational. You know what, Jack Odera, you're welcome and welcome to the stream. Failure is not something I believe you should be afraid of. Failure is going to happen whether you like it or not. Sometimes you can prepare and you guess what, you're going to fail anyway. It's just not your day. As I say, I'm a cricket fan. I always use this analogy. Even Sachin Tendulkar gets out on zero. Not it's not every game Haaland will score. Even Haaland gets a red card once in a while. Even Ronald, even Brazil, when it was with all the Ronaldinhos, the Roberto Carlos, the Ronaldo '09, even then they did not win all World Cups. Just one. Even them they lost matches. So it's fine. It's okay to have bad days. But even if they're consistent bad days, you have to just figure out why and then you can stop. Easier said than done, of course. I have been there. I'm still there, Bancho. I know what to do, but Bancho, who's going to do it? Not me, Chodi. I'm lazy. If only there was some other person who could do all the decisions I want them to do. That's the problem. You have to live your own life. So much fucking hard work, man. Somebody else can live my life for me. Like, I'm just sleeping and this guy goes to the gym. The morning I wake up, I just have sore muscles. But I'm okay. I fall asleep. I'm just scrolling on my phone. But for some reason, all my work is just happening magically. That would be the perfect ideal situation for me. But alas, Yesu did not make existence in such a manner. Thanks for the shout out, Paji. No worries, man. Here we shout out everybody. Because there are not many people anyway. Ninajua uko wapi hapana jali. Oh, this must be a Muindi. That is such a Muindi way of writing Kiswahili. Karibuni, ninajua uko wapi hapana jali. Hapana jali, bro. Hey, if you're not Indian, bro, I'm sad. You write Swahili like an Indian. JOB, I know that feel. I once forgot my lines for a play on stage, so I just froze there. Nowadays, I remember that day, I just smile. Yeah, man. And you think it's not that big of a deal. So, I forgot my line. Okay, so what? You're gonna do what? You're gonna take me to teacher. So you know what I mean? You're gonna take me to the government. It's not illegal to forget your lines. Who gives a fuck? You're right, man. It's not a big deal. Like even plays, play. I have done one play, man, and I'm not gonna lie, it was very fun. It was with the Churchill team. It was Njoro, Jasper Murume was there. It was a play about a plot and all the shenanigans happening in a plot. And of course, I was the landlord, and I had written this awesome line, where everybody's fighting, and I tell everybody, guys, you guys should see the way I see you. I don't see you as a Kamba. I don't see you as Kikuyu or Luo or a man or a woman. I see you all as equals. I see you all as customers. Bam! That line killed, motherfucker. I don't know how it came out right now. I'm all alone in the room, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad. And I'm really proud that I kind of remember that line. And it murdered. It murdered in that play, and I still remember that feeling because that was the first time I ever did some acting. And as I watched back the video, Benchot, I don't know how to act. Me, I'm a fucking useless actor. Thank God the people around me were good at reacting because their acting carried mine. Otherwise, Bencho, this show would have just been me. So you should look at each other the way I look at you. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Have you ever had a bad trip? No, not really. Never. Touch wood. I hope it stays like that. I've just had fun ones. Once I dropped some acid, some lucid with my friends, and we just played ping pong the whole time. It was fun. Things were breathing, the lines were moving slowly, slowly, but nothing really major. Never had a really bad trip. Maybe just a headache the next day, but other than that, not really. Oh, hey, but that's the thing I'm worried about, is that you is is that you the bad trips only sound doable if they're from somebody else's mouth. When it's happening to you, Bencho, you don't know how it feels until you're in the shoe. What about you? Have you had a bad trip, man? But if you talk about like holiday trips and shit, yeah, man, I've had quite a lot. I've had one where everything was cool, but apparently the person I was, things were not cool, and we were sweaty, and that was the whole point. But apparently not. School trips where I didn't, my mom didn't sign the permission paper, so I had to, just stay in class with the other kids whose mom didn't sign because he's an orphan. So we were just chilling, and while all the other kids are in Mamba village, then they come, they tell us, oh, if the crocodile, so the egg is this much, but then the crocodile grows to become this much, and I'm like, God damn, that is so true. The egg is the size of a chicken, but it grows, it was fun, but then not as fun as chilling at the Banjo class. Anyway, GMM experience. Aman, would you be able to complete a year without Guten Tagging? Jimmy M experience, if I'm being honest, if I can live 3 days without Guten Tagging, I'd consider myself a champ. Is a whole year? That would be a hell of a challenge. You know what, Jimmy? Starting next week, I'm not going to do it today, don't worry. Actually, I'm going to do it 15 minutes after this stream closes. Actually, which is in 15 minutes anyway. I'm going to probably Guten Tag myself to that comment. Joking, bro. It's not. I know it's not sexy. A whole year? No, I don't even think I want to. Like, it doesn't sound. Like, I know it's a challenge, but I don't want to. Maybe a few weeks. I could try a few weeks. A whole year, bro. Me, I know my age. And then when I finally do it, I'm gonna go unconscious. I'm gonna push so much with so much power. My anus is gonna come loose. Like, I'll push it so hard, I'll crack it. You know what? I'll if I start a week challenge, I'll definitely let you all know, because that is the kind of things y'all tune in to know, is when is Aman Guten tagging or not. What are your thoughts on Jasrain coming back to life with his new show? Me, I cannot wait to watch that shit. Me, I've always been a Jasrain fan. I would be lying if I said he's not one of the inspirations for me and my friend doing funny videos on YouTube. He's definitely a very big character for the Indian people, Indian looking boys, especially turban boys all around the world. He's definitely like a. And, I do feel he has better morals than I do. I don't think he'd ever, be in the advertisement for like an alcohol or a condom brand, or like, a stimulant drink. or like a nicotine drink or like gambling. He wouldn't do ads for that, bro. Banchod me, give me the money, Mel sell out immediately. So even morally as a compass, he was a good person. So I'm excited to see, because he's doing I think the show is about a brown kid, a brown boy like me, who wants to pursue a career that is a very off from the regular career brown boy stake, which is also kind of like me, and the kind of shit his parents gave him, which is also kind of like me. So I have a lot to relate to that show, so I can't wait to watch it. Although I do hope he just kept making more videos. I'm being greedy, you know. Good evening. What's up, Poru? How are you? Steven, what's the longest Laundetti man has gone without saying checky? Maybe 17 seconds? Even that, let's say maybe 16.5, because that motherfucker says checky. That guy has said checky more than I love you, mom, in his whole life. And that says a lot. I mean, now definitely, because, his mom is dead, but, you know. Jimmy M. Experience, you are pretty good at acting. I saw the trailer of the Office themed stand up show, and I laughed every time you appeared as the Office snitch. Yeah, so that was a lot of work. Thanks for that. I think that was a punchline show. Eric is also a good director. He makes movies and videos like that, so he had a lot of input with that. A lot of the other comedians, yeah. Thank you. You know what? I'll take the compliment. Thank you for that compliment. Oh, Charles, you should do trips to remote places and just react to the culture and customs, like the brown English comedian Romesh Ranganathan. Man, you know what would also be nice? Me just living in Dubai and traveling all around the world and not caring about money. But that's the fucking problem. There's money involved in all those fucking dreams. If you lived in a society where you're just giving money and you do all this, bro, Charles Oruko, we would have been doing this show, Mara. But you know what? Hey, if you feel like you would want to watch such a thing, maybe it's not a bad idea to know that that is something I can look into. Because I wouldn't love to do a traveling show. You know what I mean? Hey, but we have so many concepts. As Brian and I, ideas we have. Problem is execution. We have like what, 4 sketches ready to go, script wise. Okay, we have 3 business plan ideas. We have another three to 4 regular video format ideas. This is regular video content, sorry. Ideas, long form ideas. We have now. Fucking doing the hard work is the problem. But you know what, if you think I should do that, let me put it in the idea list, and maybe one day we'll come back to it. So anyway, I did have a few thoughts today. Maybe not jokes, but just thoughts. Let me just give you an update on what's happening, at least with the president of Kenya and the High Court. Okay. So basically, the president wins the elections. Okay. Then some guy comes and say, "Oh, by the way, I don't think he won the elections. They stole the votes." And then the High Court is like, "Okay, we have decided. We have come to the conclusion, no votes were stolen." So president likes High Court because they were in his favor. And then president, blah blah blah. He has some ideas. He wants to create a housing levy, a housing scheme. Basically, just build affordable houses. And to pay for these houses, he's going to start cutting a 3% deduction from everybody's salary. All the taxes have gone up. Nothing has gone down. The only thing that came down are the taxes on spare parts of helicopters. Because that's what everybody was worried about, right? That is what the big placards everybody carries to town or CBD. That's what they write. Please reduce the part of the Jesus nut. Jesus, man. Those are the placards they're carrying, because that's what Kenyans are really worried about. So all taxes are going up, and this housing levy, they cannot prove how the money is going to be used. There's a lot of confusion among it, because everybody knows what the real use is, to just build the future for the political class, right? For their children. That's the important people of our nation. So the Supreme Court says that's illegal. You cannot do that. Government is like, okay, we're going to fight it in court, but you guys still, by the way, we're going to still deduct 3%. Otherwise, you won't get uh, carry clearance, I mean, tax clearance and all that garbage. So everybody's, knows this money is going nowhere, but everybody still is paying 3%. And the court ruled that recently, and then the president is like, yo, this court is corrupt. The same court that made him president is now corrupt, because that's how time works. That's how things work. And his lawyer on Twitter, or let me say, legal advising person, is what I hear he was, on Twitter, just tells him outwardly, I don't know whether he's being sarcastic or not, tells him, yo, maybe you should just bribe the judges. And then I read the news that the Supreme Court or whatever has given a win to the president. So that's it. The lawyer told him bribe the people, and the next thing you know, it's like he bribed them and things started working. Allegedly, I have to say that, because the law is supposed to work for me, but not the Jodu of in chief. Uh, yeah, man. He said openly, I'm not gonna obey the laws I'm not gonna obey the high court. And then me, if I don't pay tax, behind me, I'm nifted from my balls till the prison cell, man. What the fuck, man? But I guess that's the power you get when you're the number one president. I think you can do that if you control an army. What does a lady in a white wig have to do? Nothing. She can say whatever the fuck she wants to say. It doesn't mean shit to you. The police listens to you. So that's the idea. The timeline is, I think that's the timeline is what I try to make it funny. But the problem is I just made it so long, it doesn't work. Here's another one I thought. I think this is the last one I like to share. Everybody sees rich people as being evil. Being wealthy is usually seen uh, as the person has done something wrong to get it. I mean, like even the Bible says, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a wealthy man to reach heaven. It just says being rich is bad. But no one said being poor is good. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you have good morals. Just because you're poor doesn't mean I don't have to, tell you things that you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is the reason I'm angry. Hawkers, man. Like, come on. I know you want to make a living, but come on, man. Don't hawk in the middle of a highway, bro. You're gonna get knocked, and I'm gonna get knocked. You're gonna die, obviously, but who's gonna remove the dent from my car? Come on, man. Think about it. I know you're trying to hustle, but do it where it's safe for both me and you. If you go to CBD, man, I don't know if they're still there, but hawkers will literally lay down their clothes on the footpath. As if we have so many footpaths for pedestrians anyway, that we can give some to hawkers. Like, hey, you use this, because no one uses this footpath. And hawkers are on both sides of the footpath, not just one side. One from the road, one from the shop. So in the middle of the footpath, you're trying to cross between three Kenyans walking in different directions, two coming this way, one going that way. You're trying to cross them without trying to step on this guy's second-hand merchandise. Like, come on, man. I know you're poor. I know I can't talk shit to you, because people are going to call me classist. But you can't do this, man. You know, is it too much to ask to just leave some space on the footpath for my feet? Look, I'm not saying don't hawk. Do it, man. That's how I get things come to me instead of me going to them. That part is okay. But there's a time and place for everything. And the place to sell second-hand clothes is online. Get with the flow, my man. So that's the idea. Just and people say I'm punching down, but yeah, that's where the hawkers are. Also, Jeffrey Epstein's list is out. I'm so happy when I saw the list. Okay, let me clarify. I am so happy that there were no Kenyans on the list. I've been told there's some Kenyans who are of Italian origin, so they're not Kenyan, and the others own ranches in Nanyuki. So obviously, again, non-white. I mean, white Kenyans. So no Kenyans on the list. So sure we are corrupt, but hey, man, we are not on the Epstein list, baby. That was good news. Cat Williams is making podcasting fun. Just listening to him talk shit about everybody, spilling the beans or whatever, whether he's lying or not, I don't care. May I listen to Cat Williams? He's he is so how do I say this? I love the way he's so focused and calculated in saying the things he wants to say. Like he could say something very stupid, but you're like, man, that motherfucker spitting, man. Like, so, you trying to tell me before I came in, water bottles were not used to fill up water? Like even my impression of Cat Williams is garbage. That would have made so much sense if I did good impressions. But anyway, I think I'm getting very tired. I'm very sweaty, and the stream has gone on for too long. I want to thank everybody who joined today. You guys are awesome. Tomorrow there'll probably be no stream. Tomorrow I have a show at Chemi Chemi. It's going to be an open mic, and I'm going to be there for long. After work, I'm going there direct. So I don't think I'll have time for a stream. Like even if I want to do a in the car stream, I don't think I usually give the best performances because I'm focused on not dying in the car, because I can leave Earth, but at least the car should be good conditions for my family to use. You know what I mean? And I don't think insurance covers that. Third party doesn't cover that. But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for joining. This has been fun yet again. We're going to do a stream on Sunday, because Saturday again there is a show, crowdwork show happening at Chemi Chemi. Emmanuel is hosting. No, I think Emmanuel is headlining. George Warrior is hosting. So I'll be there. So again, that day is probably not. You know what? I'll let you know on Saturday, because I might have performed earlier, and I might just hop on the stream for maybe 30 minutes, and then I go back to enjoying my life as a comedian. Because also this is fun. This is also a part of it. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. See you tomorrow. Sorry. See you Sunday for sure. 9:30 p.m. Nairobi time. And with that, sayonara. Vande Mataram.